So the end was sudden. It was devastatingly clear. But the beginning, well, that was a whole different story. It was a slow burn, fueled by bitterness, ambition, and a series of just fatal miscalculations. So how did the world get on this path? The one that would lead to this moment, and ultimately claim over 70 million lives.
To find that answer, we've got to turn back the clock, because the seeds of the Second World War, they were actually planted in the soil of the first one.
So, the Treaty of Versailles officially ended World War I. But for Germany, it felt like a national shaming. I mean, think about it. The country lost its entire empire, its military was basically dissolved, huge chunks of territory were carved away, and on top of all that, it was forced to pay these crippling war reparations. This didn't just go away, it festered and created this deep, poisonous well of resentment.
And this is right where that climate of bitterness becomes truly dangerous. Adolf Hitler steps onto the scene, and he doesn't just complain about the treaty. He expertly channels all that public anger by creating scapegoats. In his book, Mein Kampf, he points his finger at so-called subversive groups, claiming they were the real architects of Germany's suffering. It was a simple, hateful answer to a very complex problem.
You know, Hitler's rise wasn't overnight. After a failed coup in 1923, he cleverly used his own trial as a stage to spread his ideas. He tapped into his magnetic personality and the desperation of the German people, and he and the Nazi Party steadily, legally, gained more and more political power, until, by 1933, he was appointed chancellor. The road to dictatorship had been paved, and it was all done through the system.
Just look at this. Back in 1931, Japan fakes an attack just to have an excuse to invade Manchuria in China. Then in 1935, Mussolini's Italy invades Abyssinia, hoping to kickstart a new Roman Empire in Africa. And all the while, back in Germany, Hitler is rearming at a terrifying pace. You've got 3 different nations, on different continents, but they all share this one thing, a total contempt for the way the world was.
So, with all this aggression on the rise, how did the world's leading powers, Britain and France, decide to respond? Well, they chose a policy that would become one of history's most infamous words: appeasement.
And here's the crucial thing to understand. The goal was to avoid another catastrophic war at any cost. The leaders of Britain and France were literally haunted by the memory of World War I. They truly believed that if they just gave aggressive countries like Germany what they said they wanted, they could satisfy them and stop a bigger conflict from ever happening.
And this shows perfectly how that policy played out in real time. In 1935, Hitler starts military conscription, a total violation of the Versailles Treaty. What do the Allies do? Nothing. In 1936, he sends troops into the demilitarized Rhineland, that's our second domino, with secret orders to pull back if they met any resistance. They met none.